prosecution would like to call the medical examiner, Jane Doe, to the stand. Please state your name and occupation for the court. I'm Jane Doe. I'm the medical examiner. Miss Doe, you said you did an autopsy. Yeah, I performed an autopsy on Robert Rampike, and I've determined a few things. One, he did die at the time that the police stated, which was 3 a.m. last Saturday night, which is what you would expect. He was alone during the time, aside from the killer. Based on the nature of the injuries, it was not a suicide. So we can rule that out already, which means we will have to be looking for a suspect, which there isn't one, but I'm here anyways. But that's okay. The murder weapon I have determined is a plunger. What? It was a plunger. He was plunged in the face repeatedly by what I presume is his ex-wife. No, he was stabbed. There are very obvious stab wounds. You saw the body. I showed you the pictures when you had to present all this evidence in for judicial review. You've seen these. You went through period of discovery. How do you? You know what? It does okay. But it was still the ex-wife, right? I was right about the ex-wife. Right? Her name was Linda. No, Robert Rampike's a high school student. He doesn't have an ex-wife. Yeah, he doesn't even have a girlfriend. That has nothing to do with this case. Yeah, but it's still true. Shut up, okay? Anyway. Stabbed repeatedly. Not plunged in the face, stabbed in the torso. That's what I have determined. Also, what I determined is that the body was moved after death based on lividity. What's that? Sounds like a hot shit. It's not. It has to do with blood clotting and livor mortis. Isn't it called rigor mortis? I haven't gotten there yet. Algor mortis is we cover that helped us figure out time and death. We're on to livor mortis and rigor mortis, which also helped me determine time and death. But we're looking at the dual lividity, which proves that the body had been moved before lividity was allowed to set. Therefore, he was moved between 2 to 8 hours because he was moved after lividity had started, but before it was permanent. This shows that he was moved. The body was moved, therefore what we are looking at when we found the body was a secondary crime scene. We need to start looking for the primary crime scene. What? Based on medical examiner evidence that I have determined, where we found the body is not where he was murdered. Okay? Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Anyway, next. Why don't I just not do it as a court scene? Why does it have to be a court scene? We'll keep going. Next. One thing that is important to note are some of the post-mortem injuries, meant to make it look like someone else could have committed the murder. That's what I believe that those stab wounds are. There was blunt force trauma to the head, as well as some bite marks along the neck caused by some sort of an animal, I would say canine, based on bite mark patterns, because they more closely resemble that of a canine rather than any other animal, say like a cat or a human. Blunt force traumas to the head leads me to believe it was a Maglite flashlight, you know, those giant walking things that police officers carry. Leads me to believe it was one of those. And not to mention, there was also traces of poison in the victim, the toxicologists have yet to get back to me on what kind of poison that is. We do know, though, that there is evidence of some sort of chemical substance in the body. Yes. Yeah, are you sure it wasn't like cool drugs or something? No, it wasn't. Yeah, he was partying like super hard, and that's what that we've stopped. He was a straight A AP student. He didn't have time for parties. If it's gonna be any drug, it's probably going to be speed. Actually, this would be a joke. This would be a joke. Why am I revealing all my cards now? Who knows? Regardless, I'm not keeping all of this. I know that for a fact. Regardless, we don't even have a suspect. There's no one on trial. I don't even know how you guys got this all set up. I'm not even supposed to be here. I should be doing further examination. I've been doing examination on so many other cadavers. Why am I here? Because Edgeworth's the suspect! How could I be the suspect? I presented my alibi to the court. That's the reason why I was put on this case, because there is no way I could have committed the crime. It's beyond reasonable doubt that I'm in it. I could not have committed the crime. How do you know you didn't commit the crime? What were you doing, Taylor? I was asleep in my bed. I have security cameras outside my house because I'm paranoid. Okay? I did not commit the crime. How do you know that you didn't commit the crime? This has nothing to do with the case. How do I know I didn't commit the crime? It was me the whole time. I was the murderer this whole time. You weren't the murderer. You have an alibi. I was making a joke, Jane. She was making a joke. I'm not a part of this. I have nothing to do with this case. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know how you put this all together. Why am I here? I have things I need to do. Well, doesn't that make two of us? Robert Rampike, you're dead! I saw your dead body! Yeah, well, surprise, surprise, I'm back. What? Yeah, so apparently I'm a zombie now. Isn't that just delightful? You know what I thought when I was being murdered, bludgeoned and stabbed and poisoned and all that fun stuff. I thought to myself, hey, you know what? This isn't so bad. You know why I thought that wasn't so bad? Your Honor, let me tell you why I thought that wasn't so bad. Well, it's because I'm in how many AP classes? Count them for me. 2 freaking many. Everyone told me it was a bad idea, and you know what? I did it anyways. I don't know why I did that. I just was like, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun time. I can handle it. I was wrong. I was so wrong. So you know what I did? I lied to do it, and I just did it. I basically committed social suicide, trying to stay on top of everything I had to do. You know what that led me to? Well, late at night, some wackadoo broke into my house, decided to steal my Xbox, and he murdered me. Murdered me so many different ways. And I thought to myself, as this random guy was killing me, this isn't so bad. You know why? I don't have to deal with this anymore. I'm free. I'm even a jail free card from Monopoly. I don't have to deal with this anymore. And then, now I wake up. And cut open, my organs are all gone. And you know why? Because I was autopsied. I'm not blaming you, dear. It was your job. It was your job to cut me open. But you know what? Now I'm back. I don't want to be back. You all don't want me back. I think the only good things will be able to figure out who killed me, which honestly, that guy gave me such a blessing. It actually Fine. Maybe now because I'm a zombie, I won't be allowed to go back to school because we're not gonna have monsters in school. I don't know. I don't freaking know. I don't freaking care. All I know is now I have to get all this science done that I missed while I was dead! Right on. I declare the suspect not guilty. We don't have a suspect. I declare we don't have a suspect. It was me the whole time. It wasn't you. I declare red, white, blue not guilty. Put me out of my misery. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. There was no conclusion. I hate this. This is all terrible.